Where you get cash flow from is business with real estate, like residential assisted living facilities. That's where
Yeah.
you're going to get cash flow. That's a business with real estate.
Mhm. This is Vinny Chopra, Vinny Smile Chopra. Thank you for following me on social channels, listening to my podcast, YouTube channel, all the different channels, and also liking the podcast. Please give us a 5-star review, subscribe to it, share the content. My blogs are there. Please watch them too and read them. Also, YouTube channel, all the different ones. My Vinney and Beau show on Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific every week, and also Abundance Mindset with Vinny and Walter Amarello on Thursday live. Please enjoy this show. Thanks again for everything. God bless you. Hi, friends. This is Vinny Chopra from here in Danville, California. And you might be saying, hey, Vinny, what are these over here? You know, I wrote this book a few years back, Apartment Syndication Made Easy. It became top seller. I came from India with $7 in my pocket. It says 500 million. It's going to be 1 billion very soon, very soon. I'm right at about 850, 900 million. And then I'm ready for the next billion. Actually, you will see that happening, 2 billion in this book also. The other book I wrote, which has been a very big positivity, has been my life. Always, I've been married 43 years with 2 children, and the beauty is to be positive, the mindset that can take you to all the places in the world. And that's the book that also became big seller. My third book, Senior Assisted Living, is coming. So do yourself a favor, go ahead and click the link below to get free copies, audio copies of these books, even printed copies of these books. If you, printed means digital, if you can't afford it, but I would highly recommend for you to get these, or go to Amazon.com. Just go to Amazon. I got it in soft cover, in hardcover, in Kindle, in audio, also the Spanish version of this book also. So let's crush it, guys. I know you can be successful. I know you can do the kind of things that you want to do in life and have the streams of income and know how to really, educate yourself so that you could become a strong force in this world in real estate. I know you can. So take that step. Don't just be on the sideline. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your education.
Hi there, guys. Vinny Chopra and Beau Eckstein right at you again. Every Friday we come out 9 a.m. Pacific. I hope you're liking the shows and hearing and giving us comments and so forth. Beau, how are you, brother? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Another Friday. It's been hot here in Las Vegas. Actually, this week we had the hottest day in the history of Las Vegas, in the whole history, 119 degrees. Crazy.
100 and 133 I saw in Death Valley, which is like coming to Las Vegas from Bakersfield. I remember we have traveled there, and my gosh, 133 is like India. In India, it gets to be that hot. But no, today we are talking about some very special subject. I hope everybody will get a lot out of it.
Yeah, let me share my screen here. Here we go. All right.
Thank you. Yes. So we are going to be talking about some boring businesses, guys, as the baby boomers are retiring. Yeah, 11,200 every night. They cannot just give up W-2 job and things like that. They could go into semi-retirement. And that's what we are discussing, how to have cash flow incoming and keeping our mind active.
Yeah, exactly. So today I'm going to talk about some boring businesses. The first one we're going to talk about is the pest control industry. This is a franchise business model that I'm going to dive into why I like this business model. Owning a business is easier than you think, especially franchises. This pest control company can be semi-involved, meaning you can hire a general manager. It's on the entrepreneur's top 500 list for 2023. 1.5 million average gross sales for the top 25%. That would be identified in something called Item 19, which is the franchise disclosure document. So the top quartile of these franchise units are doing 1.5 million average gross sales as of 2023. And then here's the best part. Average investment to get started in owning this franchise is about $100,000. And that's if it has an investment range of between about $88,000 to $150,000.
Nice.
but you can start from home, so you don't need a brick and mortar location. So if it's non-brick and mortar, you can start this business for about 100 grand.
Wow.
And I could finance up to about 90,000, so I could do 90% of the cost. So where else can you start a business for 10 or 12 grand out of pocket?
I'm in, bro.
So the point is, anybody could own a business. Anybody.
Yeah.
There's businesses out there. So why do I like pest control? First of all, this company does rodents. It does all the pest control. They have the natural, so it's not all the poison that you're spraying and contaminating. They have a bunch of different pests, bed bugs, all that stuff. They take care of the gamut of different industries, even like removal, snakes and wildlife and stuff that comes to the house. So why this brand? This is why I like it the best as far as pest control industry. They do residential, they do commercial, and they also specialize in government contracts. They have somebody in their corporate office that is scouring every available government contract because they have to put these out for bid. This franchise has been doing government work for 25, 30 years.
Wow.
This is the model I like. And why I also really like this business model is because it's recurring revenue. Typically about 80% of the residential clients are recurring. Right?
Every 6 months, every 3 months. I know, like my wife, and a lot of time you have to schedule them way in advance. Both the demand is so high. Actually, we were just dealing with this last week. My wife and I, we needed somebody because we found 2 rats dead in our pool. So we said, oh no, we got to bring them back. So you're right.
Yeah. So no brick and mortar requirements. Eventually, when you grow the business big enough, you're going to have a brick and mortar location. But in the beginning, even if you're struggling and you're like, what am I going to do with my life? Because I'm not getting where I need to be with my job at the corporate world, or potentially you want to diversify, you can own a franchise model like this pest control business. And what I like about it, it's recession resilient. It's got recurring revenue. It's very low overhead, very low startup costs. This is what I would consider one of the top business models to look at. Now, every state's different as far as getting your license to be able to spray pesticides and stuff. They have somebody on staff. You can actually even use a license and pay somebody that's got the license, depending on how hard it is to get until you get yours. So you can be up and running in probably 60, 90 days with this business. And literally can finance 90% of costs. So like for $10,000 or $12,000, you can be up and running. You can have your truck. You can have 40 grand of working capital. There's really no excuses. There's other business models out there. This was just an example. We do a lot of stuff in vending. Vending's another great business model. With a company we work with, they actually go and they place the vending machines for you. They guarantee you a certain amount of vends. If people are familiar with Section 179 and bonus depreciation, so very simple. You spend about 1 hour per week per machine. And it's really about getting into the good locations. Instead of going out and, like, for me, for example, I went out and I bought all these properties in Indiana and I'm too far away. What are you really making per? People talk about cash flow. There's really not cash flow that much in real estate unless you're buying big properties. Where you get cash flow from is business with real estate, like residential assisted living facilities. That's where you're going to get cash flow. That's a business with real estate. So I like businesses with real estate because you're going to get the upside appreciation of the real estate. I was always real estate, but now I'm real estate business because there's basically a triangle. Okay. You got to make active income from a operating business.
That's right.
You're going to take that cash flow. You're going to dump it into long-term real estate holds where you're going to get appreciation, depreciation, mortgage pay down, right? Your tenants or your residents are paying down. And that is the cycle. And then the top of the pyramid is the most important part, or I think 40% of the equation, what you keep, and what you keep by using tax strategy. And a lot of people don't understand tax strategy. They just go and they pay 40% of their income from their W-2 to the tax people because they have no tax strategy. So if you own an operating business, you get the best tax write-offs. So I think you got to think about all this kind of stuff going forward, especially right now because the market is tight. We have inflation that's crazy, right? Some of it's calming down, but a lot of I was just looking at a report and some stuff's up 20% as far as costs for household goods and things. So now is the time to really button down and figure out where you can get your cash flow for real. And you're going to get cash flow for real by owning businesses, in my opinion. David Green Yeah, David
Uh,
Green just put a post on social media, and people were like, "What are you talking?" You're not making money from owning rental properties. You're owning money
yeah.
from active business. Now, if you have short-term rentals, that's a different story because that's more of an active business where you can have a supercharge of. But if you think long-term rental properties, single-family homes, unless you've owned them for like years, that's where the cash flow happens. Cash flow happens when you have big appreciation, you have mortgage
Yep.
that's been paid down, and that's
Yep.
where you actually get cash flow, right? Like your house in Danville, right?
You're
You're getting cash
so,
flow there, but you've owned it for so long, right?
I paid 453 or whatever. It's worth 2 million, five, whatever it is. The cash flow in multifamily in the last 3 years has changed so much because rental income has not gone up. The interest rates have gone way high. Insurance has gone up, property taxes has gone up. You're so right, Bo, what you're saying, that the cash flow that I used to make in the multifamily is not there right now. And a lot of red, I call it red color, is there. But RALs, residential assisted living, and franchises, like you are saying, with the 7A SBA loans and the other loans, and the 179, the depreciation, right? Bonus depreciation, all those things make it so great opportunity for baby boomers and for everybody, millennials too. They don't want to work too much. It took me 40 years, no, 30 some years to make that shift to multifamily 17 years back. But you're right. This is the time for us baby boomers and seniors to look into how to keep getting some kind of cash flow from some business with less participation so that you can keep up with the inflation and the cost of living. People are living longer and it's costing so much, 3,500 to about 7,000 per month to be in assisted living. And
Yeah.
memory care, it's even higher. So it's a pretty daunting numbered statistics, and we got to take charge of our destiny.
Yeah, we really do. And I think, especially because in some markets right now, rents are decreasing, right? Rents
Yeah,
are
they
decreasing. So,
are. Sure. I
eh,
know in Austin, the rents have regressed, is the word regressing, not increasing, but going down. Houston, which was a mecca, and it's coming back again, but the softening happened, the occupancies went down, all that stuff. Please go ahead. Yeah.
all right, decreases. Raleigh,
Mm.
North Carolina, down 9.2%. Oakland,
Wow.
California, down 9.1%.
Yeah.
You see here, and then actually there's some markets that are going up right now, but
Up. Yep.
it's location based. And then
Now,
here,
if you could tell our audience if they
this
are
is
watching, uh,
CNBC.
uh-huh,
Here's where rents are rising and falling. It was just a recent article.
sure.
Here's decreases. New Jersey, Jersey City, 10.9%.
Wow. Wow.
We're, so obviously it's specific, like Syracuse, New York, for some reason is up 25%, probably because it's super cheap and people are starting to move
Mm-hmm.
to tertiary
Mm-hmm.
markets. But yeah, it's case by case. But the point is that
Yeah.
we're get rent declines right now. So now is the time. When I was looking at my property management statements, like
Mm-hmm.
with all the capex and everything, I think we all think we're going to invest in real estate for the cash flow, but the cash flow really doesn't come in most
It
cases
doesn't.
because
Does.
you got so that I didn't realize that young in my investing career. Like it was my belief that, well, yeah, I'm going to make on paper this thing's going to cash flow $1,000 a month, but after you put in turnover and capex, you're not making money, cash flow. So what are you going
Can
to
I?
do? You got to change your thought process, right?
Oh my
For-
gosh, let me share with you. It's hitting me right 3 weeks. My duplex that I've owned for so long, I have no mortgage on it. 2,900, I think it comes monthly. But guess what? I had to get a AC unit for 3,000. Then my utility bill per month, I just saw $229. So these residents of mine are paying me, I think 1,400 or something, but I'm paying $150 for utilities every month. So my rent is way lower. Grounds, $100. Management, one or $100. Then there are some garage was broken. There was this, that. If I look at the end of the year, in 12 months, I would have made zero money. It's just
And it's
ridiculous.
free and clear.
It's very clear. If there
So,
is more mortgage, if I had to pay mortgage on top for this $275,000 duplex now, of course I paid less and I paid off the loan, but I'm still, I'm c- definitely considering to sell it off and have somebody just take over there. I had gotten an offer for 275. I should have taken it.
maybe you
But
take you 1031 exchange
yeah,
and
into
use
an
that.
RAL. I would love
You
that, I tell
yeah,
you.
you could do a reverse
Mhm.
exchange potentially too.
Oh, you can do reverse exchange with this new one I'm buying?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you did. You just put it in my mind.
You
Do
might be too
remember
late.
it?
Call somebody right now and say, "Hey, am I too late to do it?"
It's closing tomorrow morning. I
Right.
signed the
Yeah. But the next,
document.
because then
I.
you should get it ready to sell, and then
Hmm.
start identifying another, because that's your down payment right there.
Yeah.
Then you
Oh
get
my
your
God.
next one, right?
You gave me a great opportunity, and
Bec-
I think I'm going to reach out to the broker, a realtor. I think she was so nice and she liked my book. She read it somewhere. And then she says, Vinny, whenever you're ready to sell this duplex, I'll buy it for 275. I think I was not ready like in December last year. So now it's July and I should reach out to her. I will. Hey, you know what? I love this show when you and I are discussing things happening in our life and then we find solutions. See, the key thing is to always be finding solutions to all the challenges we all face. If we just shut down and we just close our mind, then things won't work at all.
you're-
Just to let you know, my academy, I put in $33,000 in last 2 months. I didn't tell my family, and it's brought zero results. So I'm just thinking to myself, I told that to Bill yesterday and Lois. I said, it's mind boggling that we got these robots talking and everything in my Go High level, and it's just not bringing results. So I'm going to pivot. Do I put more money into it? Go even further down into this thing, or what to do?
you always got to pivot. You got to pivot in life, because
Yeah.
you find things that, like right now, I've been looking at different things because I need more recurring revenue. I need
Yep. Yep.
So I like vending. I think what I want to do is I want to do a bunch of cash flow plays. I got introduced to a guy, and he sets up your e-commerce stores on Amazon. He runs
Oh,
everything
wow.
for you.
Wow.
And
Wow.
his pro forma looks good. I'm a little skeptical, but I like this
Mhm.
guy. I met with him twice already.
Hmm.
I was actually going to
Let's you
call
and I
you, and
talk. You
I was
and
going to call
talk,
you and see
brother.
if you wanted to partner. It's like
I will.
it's
I will.
45 grand investment. Once the
That's
store's up and running, we fund like probably 10 or 15 grand a month, and we can scale it. And I like the
ah.
guy. I think he's a straight shooter. I think he's smart.
Let's have it. I've been meaning to do online business for last 10 years. I thought I found the right product, which is the CBD dog treats. I did a lot of research in the last 2 months. That is the number one selling product right now.
Yeah, so he has. I like what he's doing because they do private listings,
Oh,
and they have their
okay.
own proprietary products as well, and they bundle them. Oh, that's
Ah,
how he says you win on Amazon.
oh, wow.
So
Wow.
look,
Wow.
it's a pretty passive investment.
Uh-huh.
So our risk is really the
I'm
40.
game. I'm game, brother. I'm game because I feel like I really would like streams of income, even though I have invested a lot of places. But again, as a entrepreneur, you always want to see and pivot. You and I talk about that. My income from multifamily is not coming anymore, which used to be over $1 million, 1.5 million, sometimes 2.5 million plus. But now it's zero. In 6 months, it's zero.
It's time to
So
build. It's
it's
time to build
time
streams
to,
of income, right? And like
yeah,
that's, you have to have the bandwidth to adapt. And so, like
so
right now,
true.
I've come to. I'm going to launch a lot of ventures
Mm.
without trying to be too scattered, right? You got to be
Mm-hmm.
focused in a way. But what I like about this ecom, it's a passive play,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes about 6 months to ramp up your store.
See, I
Yeah,
see.
but they do it all for you.
No, let's meet again with the gentleman. I would love to ask some more questions because I've been pitched also before. And we want to make sure our money is secure, right? I don't want to see after 6 months we have put it to zero.
We want to be making, we want to be doing 20 or 30 grand a month of revenue. gross
Yeah.
revenue and then margins or whatever.
No, I'm
Let
very impressed with my nephew, my wife's nephew, whose name is Sean Puri. You know him too. And they have built a business. I just realized they sell 1 million to 1.5 million a month. What? And they started from zero
what are they
in
selling?
this. They are selling these kids' clothes, and they are bamboo clothing, right? With all different prints and everything. They have built a community of Facebook of 100,000 people. They bring every Friday new prints, new things, and they get sold out. So I'm very impressed with his wife and him and the whole. They started from zero, and now they have over 1.5 million, I heard, sales per month, consistently. They started from their garage.
I
Now
wonder
they
what
have
their margins are. Their
three
margins are
warehouse.
probably
Yeah.
20%, right?
Is it okay?
I don't know, but so
Yeah.
that's still a good business they're doing.
Very good business. I'm very proud of them.
Yeah,
Very proud
they're
of them.
doing it.
And I've seen it all develop because they live close by to us, and we used to see them in the garage doing these samples and this and pictures in the cameras and all that. And so I've seen online business flourish from zero to hero, which is amazing. And I'm so proud. And so
Yeah.
they might be able to sell it for, I don't know, 50 million, 25 million. I don't know what the multiple is usually. So it's 12 million sales a year or something, multiple of four, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely riches in the niches, and there's a
Mhm,
lot out there. And I think
mhm.
when we get stuck doing the same things over and over again, we don't open our
Yeah.
minds to, okay, there's other opportunities to invest
Yes.
in. I like
Yes.
the business models I like are like things that are rentable. One guy came to me and his nephews bought these luxury porta pots and they rent them for events. So they
Yeah.
rent for 2 grand a night. They're like 4 or 5 stall, really nice portable instead of like those
Yeah.
crappy little
You
porta.
just,
And I'm like,
yeah.
that's a great business model. You can buy them for 30 grand and then just rent them out for 1,500, 2 grand a day. How
And people
often
who are throwing some big parties and they don't want
weddings,
their big, nice mansions to be used, they love these. I remember one time our friend in Blackhawk, their house was 20 million, I think. They put party outside because they didn't want to go all the way inside the house and all that stuff.
so
Yeah.
I like businesses that you can rent
Mhm.
that's how you make your money. That's the
Yep.
kind of what some of
Yeah.
the, where I want to diversify a little bit too. But
Mhm.
anyways, good call today.
No,
I know you
this
got
is
to go and I got to
the
go.
whole show, guys, has been again, let's figure out ways and pivot. See, the thing is, mind is wandering always, but you got to look at what makes sense to you with your personality and how much time you want to involve and how much money you want to invest in. I love the franchise business because SBA financing and everything, it gets you almost 90% of the operating cost and capex and the real estate. And you're able to operate the property like you and I have been discussing franchises and the RALs, residential assisted living. So if you would like to find out more, if we have intrigued you in our comments, and every week we are sharing more and more things, please reach out to boextein.com or vinnychopra.com, and we'd love to sit down with you and see if we can help you anyway. Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so
We'll see
much.
you in the next episode.
Beau and I are together to really bring the best to get your business to the next level.
So do me a favor, subscribe and share. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to connecting with you in the future.